Now, there's a couple things about judgment that we must say. And we'll say it this way. God's judgment is, and there are at least three things. Number one is horrible. God's judgment is horrible. It should lead to repentance and regret. There's no way around this. This is not a slap on the wrist. This is so terrible that it is meant for people to turn back to God. Again, in Egypt, God started to enact these plagues, and they were bad from the get-go. But they started getting progressively worse. And the idea was not to just vindictively harm human beings, because even Pharaoh was made in his image. The idea was it to be so terrible that someone said, enough pain, I've clearly done something wrong. I need to change my nature and point myself back to God. Now, it's not a great analogy, but it's part of the reason that we give discipline to our kids and discipline to convicts. I'm not correlating those two, kids and convicts. Sometimes it feels like that. But it is a way of going, hey, we're going to lock you up for a year because what you have done is harmed yourself. And then the second occurrence, now we're going to lock you up for 5 years or 10 years or whatever it is. Now your freedom is completely revoked. The idea of it is to be so terrible as to people to look at what they have done, including you and I, and to say, I do not want to go through this. So it's to turn back. So God and his angels start pouring out these bowls of wrath. Number two, it's necessary to punish evil and injustice. God would be unjust and unworthy of being worshiped if he just said, you know what, you made a mistake there. That's okay. You made a mistake there for the 100th time. It's necessary. God has to say, I do not tolerate this. This is not a part of my good creation. I will remedy it from all of my creation with a swift justice. He gets to the earth and he says, no more. Evil is finished. And the people on the sidelines who were good and who God has said, those are my people, again, they applaud. Even as terrible as it is. Because you know what? And the sad thing is that some of it will happen to our friends and our relatives and our closest family members and our neighbors. And if we're not too careful, we won't be the ones on the sidelines. We will be the ones that it's happening to. And so it's necessary and just. And number three, the whole idea about justice is that the punishment fits the crime. This isn't someone going, I can't believe you did this to me. It was unfair. I made a mistake. I didn't do it. God's just like, no, you willfully did it. You chose something other than me. You chose to harm your neighbor or your spouse or your kids or someone. You chose this. The punishment fits the crime. The sentencing is because of what you, not collective you in this audience here, but the people that this happens to. You did this. Because it's not like God was like, I was asleep when that happens. I didn't even see it. Sorry. He sees all and knows all. So his judgment fits the crime. It's not like he has to sit in the courtroom and let people bring evidences. He's like, I know, I was there. I saw it. I was there before it. I was there during it. I saw what you did. I saw the aftermath in it, and I will justly punish you. So all of this is good. It doesn't sound good. You're like, how is horrible, necessary, and justified good? It's good because God is sentencing evil once and for all. It's not like evil is going to get some jail time and get to come out with good behavior. No. He's saying once and for all, this will be done.